This is Hollywood. Matías Bombal with you. Fox Searchlight Pictures brings us the new movie from Wes Anderson, The Grand Budapest Hotel. And at this juncture, I usually give you a synopsis of the plot. Let me cut to the chase. To me, this is the most enjoyable new movie I have seen in 10 years. It tells the tale of a storied hotel, one of the world's great European hotels of the last century, situated in a fictional European nation and presided over by a concierge of impeccable taste and perfect form. The last of his kind in a profession that began to vanish by the late 1930s, at least to the degree of perfection as practiced by Monsieur Gustave H., and beautifully given life by Ralph Fiennes in a delightful performance. He oversees the training of a lobby boy, Zero Mustafa, played by Tony Revolori in young age, and F. Murray Abraham in old age, recalling in flashback this fascinating tale through the years. In this scene, they meet.
Who are you?
I'm Zero, sir. The new lobby boy.
Zero, you say?
Yes, sir.
Well, I've never heard of you, never laid eyes on you. Who hired you?
Mr. Mosher, sir.
Mr. Mosher?
Yes, Monsieur Gustave.
Am I to understand you've surreptitiously hired this young man in the position of a lobby boy?
He's been engaged for a trial period, pending your approval, of course.
Perhaps, yes. Thank you, Mr. Mosher.
You're most welcome, Monsieur Gustave.
You're now going to be officially interviewed.
Should I go and light the candle first, sir?
What? No. Experience.
Hotel Kinski, kitchen boy, 6 months. Hotel Berlitz, mop and broom boy, 3 months. Before that, I was a skillet scrubber.
Experience, zero.
Thank you again, Monsieur Gustave.
Straighten that cap, Anatole. The pleasure's mine, Herr Schneider.
Mr. Asbusted.
These are not
I
acceptable.
fully agree.
Education.
I studied reading and spelling. I started my primary school. I almost finished.
Education, zero.
Now it's exploded.
Good morning, Cicero. Call the goddamn plumber.
This afternoon, Monsieur Gustave.
Will that fail, Frau Liebling?
What on earth is?
Not now. Family.
Zero.
6, Igor.
And their adventures begin within a story and sumptuous production that is a beautiful tribute to an aristocratic world of refinement, grace, and elegance. I actually had tears of appreciation in my eyes as I watched this great movie. So rich in detail, so exact. The considerations of aristocratic sensibilities Wes Anderson presents is unexpectedly wonderful. It is a mirthful, adventurous, and elegant reminder of the lovely possibilities of the human spirit. It reminded me of such classic films as MGM's Grand Hotel of 1932 with its circular lobby desk, or the wartime adventures of Idiot's Delight of 1939, which take place in a similar mountaintop hotel with intrigue among the well-heeled. Like the all-star cast of Grand Hotel, the cast assembled here is magnificent, all handled with a lightness of touch reminiscent of, and perhaps in a love letter to, Ernst Lubitsch. In this screen triumph, you'll find Bill Murray, Bob Balaban, Tilda Swinton, Adrian Brody, Jude Law, Jeff Goldblum, Harvey Keitel, Tom Wilkerson, Edward Norton, and Owen Wilson, just to name a few. Like classic films, there's a sense of visible artifice in some shots, reminding you that it really is a movie and not real life, and done in such a charming way, it adds to the delight, as you'll see in this scene with Bill Murray assisting them to escape the military police in another hotel's Mercedes-Benz.
Get in!
We found the butler. He's hiding out in the remote foothills near Gabermeister's Peak. Our contact convinced him to meet you midday tomorrow at the observatory on the summit. Tell no one. He'll explain everything. Your train departs in 4.5 minutes. Here's your tickets.
Oh, third class.
It was overbooked, but the conductor used to be a sommelier at the old Versailles. He pulls some strings. You'll need these for the dining car. One last thing.
Lead panache.
They only had the half ounce.
We should give him something as a symbolic gesture. How much money you got?
42 glue bags and 3 postage
Give me
stamps.
25. Yes.
Bless you.
Please.
You may have noticed that the clips you've seen are in the same classic aspect ratio, or screen shape, as our program, and it's wonderful to note that Wes Anderson's clever script, which takes place in 3 different periods of history, specifically asked for the popular aspect ratio of the time depicted in the story. Thus, some scenes will be widescreen, cinemascope-like for the 1960s, or a 1:8:5 rectangle for more contemporary scene. Since this is unusual, to be sure, in modern digital projection, the studio has actually sent out this special letter to projectionists to ensure that it is properly presented. It details the specific needs of DCP projection so that audiences see the movie correctly as intended. This movie is sheer joy for the screen, and if only more could aspire to the greatness of it. Another great score from Alexandre Desplat, great photography by Robert D. Yeoman on actual motion picture film negative, Kodak Vision 3, 200T, 5213, 35mm, and excuse me. Yes? Ah, Monsieur Gustave. The reservations, are they in order? That's right, for all of my listeners, to see you at the Grand Budapest Hotel. Just one moment. This is your pal, Matías Bombal, bidding you a fond farewell. Gustav!